Chaos continues to grip Kenya as the country remains to be on the boil. Protests over a contentious finance bill have led to the death of as many as 13 people in Kenya. Police deployed tear gas, water cannons and fired shots at demonstrators to disperse the crowd, while protesters retaliated by throwing stones at security forces. So what triggered this unrest? Initially, the bill had proposed a considerable amount of taxes on everyday essentials such as bread and cooking oil, along with increased financial transaction fees and a new vehicle ownership tax. Protesters demanded the government to abandon the planned tax hike, which they argue will choke the economy and raise the cost of living for Kenyans who are already struggling to make ends meet. Despite some amendments, tensions continue to rise. Critics argued that even with provisions like an eco-levy targeting environmentally harmful products could lead to higher prices for essential items such as sanitary pads, impacting school attendance for many girls and affecting the availability of baby diapers. So what remains the point of contention? The finance bill aims to raise an additional $2.7 billion in taxes as part of an effort to lighten the heavy debt load, with interest payments alone consuming 37% of Kenya's annual revenue. Concerns persist over a proposed 16% tax on goods for specialized hospitals and an increase in import duties from 2.5% to 3%. This move could escalate healthcare costs and drive up prices for imported goods, further straining household budgets. Remember, Kenya's public debt stands at 68% of GDP, higher than the 55% of GDP recommended by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. Now, following the bill's passage by lawmakers on June 25th, protests turned violent as demonstrators breached security at the parliament, setting parts of the building ablaze. Western nations expressed concern over the escalating violence and urged restraint, while President William Ruto pledged to address the grievances voiced by the public. With the bill now passed, President Ruto faces a critical decision: whether to sign it into law within 14 days or send it back to Parliament for further amendments. With no immediate resolution in sight, the big question remains: will Kenya's leadership respond to the demands for meaningful change? Meanwhile, the Indian consulate issued an advisory for its citizens residing in the African nation to restrict non-essential movement and avoid areas affected by the protests and violence until the situation is brought under control.